free speech in Ethiopia, as well as for ending decades of hostility with Eritrea, progressing gender equality and injecting hope for a more peaceful and integrated Horn of Africa. Within months of coming to power, Dr. Abiy released thousands of political prisoners, decriminalized opposition groups, and initiated reforms to repressive laws. He also appointed a gender-balanced cabinet along with the country's first female head of state and first female President of the Supreme Court. The Prime Minister's swift action to bring about peaceful relations with Eritrea paid immediate dividends, bringing neighboring countries into the fold and boosting plans for regional integration. Residents of Adama Town and East Jordan expressed readiness to work for the realization of Citizenship Service Proclamation declared by Chafe Oromia. Relevant discussion has been held in Adama Town. We have the accounts.
Oromo people has been governing by this Gada system starting from the ancient times. According to Gada system, every citizen of the country will have its own responsibility in serving the country. After Chafe Oromia has ratified the Citizenship Responsibility Proclamation, the Oromo people has been striving to implement the proclamation. Accordingly, residents of Adama Town have discussed on the proclamation and its way of implementation. The residents have also expressed their commitment in implementing the proclamation.
Our values teach us to think and live for one another. This is a good deed. It will help us to reback to our yesterday's values and norms. All should sustain these good deed activities.
Mayor of Adama Town Administration, Sekit Getachew, said all should work together in implementing the proclamation.
Helping the needy people and standing by the side of one another is our responsibility as a citizen of this country. So we have to implement what we have agreed on this meeting. If we properly govern this task, I hope we can make a great change in the nation.
Meanwhile, residents of West Jordan has held discussion on the responsibility of citizenship and other related agendas. Participants of the meeting have also expressed their commitment in implementing the proclamation. Chief Administrative of West Jordan, Martasar Arsa, for his part, noted that the Oromo people should stand and work together for a common development.
Residents of Sabita, Sululta and Holta towns have held discussion on ways of implementing Citizenship Service Proclamation. Participants of the discussion pledged to work hard for the realization of the proclamation. Leta Teresa explains.
Discussion that focused on citizenship service has been held in Sabata town, Oromia's special zone surrounding Finfinne. Residents of the town in attendance of the discussion said they will be committed to participate in citizenship service rendering program of this year.
Many
Oromos had struggled by shedding their bloods to build better Oromia, Ethiopia and Africa. Rather than this, we have lost nothing. From the very beginning, our community used to help each other in various ways. So, a culture of helping one another has been experienced by the community.
On the event, Mayor of Sabata town, Burhanu Bakare, urged residents of the town to contribute their level best to transforming the region.
Our people have great knowledge, capacity and wisdoms. It must be supported by science.
Meanwhile, the discussion has also been held in Holota town. Some residents of the town and youth who have taken part on the event said that they are ready to play the role in the Citizenship Service Provision Program to be carried out in their town. Holeta Town Structural Organization and Political Affairs Head Abarawa Gasa called upon the residents to give citizenship service properly as per the Oromo Gada system. Similar discussion has also been held in Sulta Town of Oromia Special Zone surrounding Finfinne.
The Oromia State University has graduated more than 5,000 students thus trained under various disciplines. The university recognized 3 prominent individuals, including Professor Smarom Lagasa. Efren Tasama reporters.
20 years back, Oromia State University was established as training center in Waliso town. In its 2 decades, it produced more than 240,000 trainees and professionals. Henceforth, the university has graduated 5,228 professionals attending their bachelor degree and postgraduate in its 9th round graduation ceremony held in Batu town of East Showa Zone. Among the graduates, 3,701 are males, 1,527 are females, whereas 542 attendants are postgraduates in various disciplines. On the occasion, President of Oromia State University, Dr. Gammachu Ararsa, noted graduates should devote their profession to serve the society.
Today is not a day of beautification ceremony. Rather, it's a day to shoulder immense responsibility which will be discharged in your lifespan. You are professionally capacitated, so you should honestly serve your society.
With the rank of Oromia Regional State Vice President, Coordinator of Rural Development Cluster, Dr. Girma Amante, uttered graduates should take their part in realizing economic victory by dismantling maladministration.
Professor Asmarom Laggasaatiif uummanni Oromoo kabaja guddaa qaba.
In recognition of the world-scaled scholar Professor Asmerom Leggese, who invested on studying Oromo Gada system, the political achievement to be repeated in economic victory. To do so, there is high expectation from the society that may devote you in intensive responsibility, which you should exert your valuable effort, which is equipped with professionalism. That should be your high commitment to discharge your responsibility to alleviate maladministration so as to assure good governance.
Oromia State University awarded Commendation Certificate of 2019. Accordingly, Professor Asmarom Lagase, who devoted his life in studying Oromo democracy, artist Nuho Gobona, and Miss Mamitu Mekuria, who served displaced Oromos by offering more than 10,000 injuras and voluntarily helping 100 students are the honors. Professor Asmarom Lagase studied about Geda system, ethnographically living in Borana for 9 years and published multiple books. He remarked that Oromo democracy has conflict resolution system named Gumigayo, neither the Western democracy.
It has been a delightful experience. I was most happy to be part of the ceremony and to congratulate the graduates upon their accomplishment. There's a big difference, and the difference lies in the fact that Western democracies are litigious democracies. That is to say, they are in constant conflict with each other, and when they are locked in gridlock, they have no way of unlocking it because they have nobody above the conflicting parties who can make peace. What Oromo have, which the Western world does not have, is in addition to the legal conflicts that can arise during the legislation and enforcement of laws, they also have a body called Gumigayo. And Gumi is above everything else, and their main function is not legislation or even conflict resolution, but making peace. So I call it now in my last book, the Assembly of Peacemakers.
Outstanding students that also awarded said they are pinned enough to alleviate the social delinquencies in their concern.
To serve my public, I'm going to do my level best, and also I have to support my fellow women and my family, so I'll contribute in this fast-paced economic system and try to contribute on my behalf a very good thing and also contribution to that of the economy of
Oromo scholars who attended the 44th International Oromo Studies Conference have shared their insights for the conference to OBN. The conference was finalized after today's day. Oluma Baina have compiled their ideas.
I think the theme of the conference has two parts. One looks back, the other looks forward. The one that looks back is a study of the evolution, the Oromia in Oromia, or the state formation in Oromia. That looks back. That looks at the historical evolution of Oromo state formation. And then from that perspective, it looks forward as well. There are papers that were exploring the socio-economic and political order in Ethiopia and the Horn of Africa. It's all about the expansion, the economic integration of a larger unit here in the Horn of Africa. So, in a word, there are papers that explored the evolution, and there are papers that are looking forward.
At this time, what's important for the Oromo people and for the nation as a whole is having some kind of unity, okay? As I've been talking about unity, if you take Abraham Lincoln, has claimed that unity is not uniformity. It's not about wearing the same jacket, but the possibility of having different jackets, but working together, and living together could be strengthened through this. So we can't go back to the 1960s, 50s politics this time. So there must be equality in terms of language, in terms of economy, in terms of politics, in every aspect. So I feel that the government should work toward this equal opportunity for all citizens in this nation.
Now it is the right time to make extensive research as far as the Oromo language, Oromo culture, Oromo history and identity is concerned, and I think I'm so much glad to participate in this conference, because the papers that were presented here were all good, and a lot of questions have been asked and answers have been given, and there are recommendations for the future, and therefore I think for the Oromo in particular and for the entire nation in general, I think it is one step forward to be organized in the country.
The elder son is the one who stays close to his father and inherits the estate and inherits the political responsibilities and protects the heritage. This has been the tradition of the Oromo from ancient times to this day. The tradition on the Baratuma side is very different. The younger son does not stay with his father because he has nothing to inherit. So his eyes are wide. He looks everywhere for opportunity. He travels widely. He joins camel caravans and becomes a caravaneer. He becomes a trader. He accepts Islam as an alternative religion. So because of all of that, the force of social change is on the Baratuma side.
To talk to people about the past, but also the future of this country and the challenges that lie ahead. I think that the Oromo make a great contribution to Ethiopia, and it needs to be something that we pay special attention to, because the way has been opened by the movement that came. I feel like I'm here because of the Kero and Kare, who actually created and pushed for an opening in this country.
Higher learning institutions allocate budget in millions to conduct problem-solving researches. However, scholars noted that the outcome is not satisfactory as intended. Adisa Safa explains.
In different research institutions, including higher learning, various research works have been done. However, their outcomes are not as of their findings. Obviously, researches are conducted to solve society's problem. OBN had interviewed scholars from ASTU and RC University, and they said when a research is conducted, it has to be problem solver. Otherwise, it's going to be lost.
Universities just conduct researches and put it without any further application on shelves. The country needs a research that solves society's problem. Most of the research have been done for the sake of getting paid or just to say I conducted a research. It has to be a research that solves society's problem, not for the shelf.
There are some researchers who conduct a research which solves society problems.
For different infectious diseases such as fungi, bacteria, we use them after we identified their type by spectroscopic analysis. We do antifungal and bacteria tests.
Though researches are conducted by relying on a certain problem, it is not quite satisfactory so far.
When we ask by saying how many of them are fruitful, it is very low. per the fund allocated and expectations.
To overcome this, the government has to work on bringing institutions together.
The three bodies, universities, study centers, and TVET colleges in one side, and industries in another side, whereas the government and at its own side should work in collaboration. The industries never know the potential of university students and scholars. We also didn't go to industries to give them technical support. The industries prefers consultants. Industries and universities never plan and work together.
Higher learning institutions allocate funds in millions. For instance, Adama Science and Technology has allocated 30 million birr for research study, but the achievement is below average.
Many thanks for your time. That's all what we had. Enjoy the remaining programs. It's OBN.